so hopefully we are back up and running this time with a working HUD on lap 3, 38 minutes to go here in Paul Ricard. As Gallagher is actually back ahead of Carmentos, as Andrea is actually putting up a pretty good fight here with Carmentos through the third sector. So we'll see what do about this. Don't really see too many paths moving forward between these drivers, but in the under some minutes we've gone. Now the leads in the leader is Carmentos in second, Andrew in third. Warren is not too far behind, but I think our biggest split up in front of PBR Campbell is actually going to get some pressure here from Leon down in turn 1, but Leon decides to hold back and think better of the move. This small battle is most likely going to lead to RJDW getting pretty close, but Leon is really close here down in turn 3. He's actually going to go out the inside, so Leon in the Porsche, Campbell in the Ferrari. Oh, they make a bit of contact, and Campbell is forced to go and cut the corner. So we'll definitely wait to see if that will lead to any sort of penalty. There's been too many corner cuts and you will get a drive-through, so hopefully none of that happens. But RJDW is really close to the back of QBR Campbell, and he is looking to pull alongside way before the actual corner, but he should just pull back into the slipstream. Yeah, and he does there. Campbell and Leon. Everybody is actually going to stay positions here. Oh, someone's off. Oh, it's Carmentos. So the championship leader has gone off at the fast right-handed corner at the end of the very long straight. So he is going to lose a few positions, and he is now, I believe, going to be down in P6. If no one else has gone off with him. So a huge mistake for Carmentos, and we'll see how well he can recover, as this is just going to extend Ben Gallagher's lead up at the front. I don't believe, yeah, Joran and Andrea is still pretty close, about 2 seconds behind Ben. And then it is the large enough gap back to Leon. Campbell now looking to defend from Carmentos and keep his P5. Just waiting. Happen. Murray may be closing up on this battle, especially if they continue. This may be a 5-car battle instead of a 4-car battle. See, Carmentos has an answer from PBR Campbell as they race down into the fast right-hander. I believe it is going to be turns 8 or 9, but Carmentos will get the move done. So pretty easy move. And the man who says the Lexus might not be the quickest around this track, because I was watching his stream a bit early to make sure I joined not too soon, and I did that anyway. But there's only so much you can do in this game. This game's not the greatest for commentary purposes, but we will charge on. As Carmentos already looking to the back of the Porsche of Leon. I do have to say, these aren't the best cameras to watch much a race from, especially down the front straight and into it's turn 8. Fast right-hander at the end of long straight. We'll just call it that for the rest of the stream. But yeah, I don't think Gary's made up too much ground on these guys like I was hoping for to really get this into a decent battle. He's about 3 seconds behind the last time it came up, and now he's 2.5. So maybe a small amount is being made. Not as much as I would hope for. And I think our only Bruno, because there was 2 in qualifying, but I think he's a bit too far back, yeah. Back, he's now split up into 2 small battles between Carmentos and Leon. He couldn't get the move done into the fast right-hander. Like I'm most likely sure he was hoping. Lap 7, as this one started, 31 minutes to go. And, oh boy, I didn't take off the notifications. Oops. Leon doing a pretty good job there. Oh, I think we may have lost Campbell. Yes, we have. So Campbell making a mistake at some point. Once again, the timing tables do not update until they cross the start-finish line, so I won't know of any position changes until they complete that lap, which really, really sucks. But he has fallen behind Bruno and Gary, and now Bruno, he's really close to Gary, so we may see an overtake with this battle. I don't believe, oh, I think goodness, we switched up ahead. Carmentos making a move on Leon. He runs a bit wide there. No, he doesn't. He keeps it on track. Leon looking to go up the inside once again, but doesn't make the move stick. Gary keeps Bruno behind. And Campbell sitting there in the back. So, race control. Pit window is open. There is a mandatory pit stop you do have to take. You will know when someone takes their mandatory pit stop when the little 1 next to their car numbers will go away. Well, I think there's a car off. Trying to see who that is. Get the bigger map up for a second. It's the 39 car. And it is Chica. So Chica has gone around. It doesn't look like there's a lot of damage. There's a beautiful paint scheme there. Wow, that looks great. But Gary, he pulls into the pits. So Gary, the first one to get his pit stop out of the way, the 668 of Canavera has gone off at the fast right-hander. Will definitely, I think he has Alt F4'd himself from this race. At least when someone leaves when I'm spectating them, it doesn't kick me out. So at least that works. Gary's still in the pits. The 27's off. That's Chris Rock. He's off at turn 1. He's got some damage, so there might have been some contact. I would imagine it would be with Sherbert, as Chris Rock was already around when the 39 came through of Chica. There might have been some contact between the two. Oh, the number 1 car. Oh, Gary, he's got a 30-second stop and go for speeding. Gary, what are you doing? So Gary speeds in the pit lane. He'll get a 30-second stop-go penalty, and this will definitely hurt his race, as he'll be off sequence from the rest of the field. But Ben Gallagher really, really loose there through the final corner, so his tires must be going off right now. I believe that was Ibo pulling into the pits to get his mandatory stop done. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to pull into the pits, so the long game may be the strategy here, as Chica's going off again there at the top. It's just easy to see the numbers here near the map on the center of the screen, but it's really annoying. Just can't see the cars. Either way, that was Y4 Foltz getting out of the way of Doran in the 32 Audi. And a few more guys in the pits. So Leon's in the pits, Carmentelis is in the pits, and Bruno GSXR is in the pits. So I was wrong about no one coming in, as the later half of the front runners will come into the pits and serve their very, very long pit stops. Chris Rock pulls into the pits as well. Seems like everybody's spread out. Oh, there was a car stopped. Looked like a Bentley. It's not Ibo. Oh, man. I think that's EMGLH pulling into the pits in the 31 Audi. I think everybody else is coming out of the pits now. Yeah, Carmentelis is out of the pits. Oh, the 95. Oh, it's Carmentelis. He gets a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. So one guy gets a 30-second stop-go. The other one gets a drive-through. So a costly mistake from Carmentelis. Already made one mistake earlier in this race, spinning it at the fast right-hander turn 9. But now gets a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. So that will definitely hurt his chances of getting a good finish as Joran pulls into the pits. Ben Gallagher continues on. So we'll definitely have to wait and see what happens between these two and who will come out ahead. As RJDW pulls into the pits to make his stop. As Chris Rock pulls out of the pits, and I believe that's Gary serving his 30-second stop-go for speeding out of the pit lane, I believe. Gallagher will continue on, bring up the big map to see if we can spot any battles. So Gary's stop-and-go penalty has been cleared. Thank you, race control. The 27 is pretty close on track to GT Racer, however they are pretty far apart on the timing board at the moment. So I guess we'll never know if these battles are for positions or not. And Ben Gallagher still in the lead of this race. A huge gap back to the 27 of Chris Rock. Actually, sorry, the 79 is there as well. 79 is being driven by someone. Bolts. There we go. Found him. 31 of AMGLH. So we'll see if Ben pulls into the pits. And the 95 of Carmentelis is serving his drive-through. And Ben Gallagher will not be coming into the pits, so he feels like he's got a bit more life in his tires to where he can go for some few more laps as Carmentelis. Ooh. Oh boy. Carmentelis gets his drive-through cleared. So he has been cleared of his penalties, but he is a lap down by the looks of it to Ben Gallagher. No one pulling it. Oh, that's what they say. No one's going to pull into the pits. Sherbert does. And Gary across the line may take the position. I have absolutely no idea, as you cannot tell what positions people are in until they cross the line. We do know that Yoran should be in net P2 once Ben Gallagher pits. I'm just gonna check to see where they are on track. So they are almost...
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
So Ben is really close to lapping Yoran here. Yoran through turn 1, Ben through... coming through the penultimate corners. So they're really close on track, and I really don't think you'll lose that much time, so Ben Gallagher should come out ahead by a substantial margin. GT Racer there in the Nissan, not too far behind. And I believe Ben Gallagher is going to continue on, so only 6 minutes remain, so he's only going to get about 3 more laps possibly before he's going to have to come in. So he's going to have to come in within those 3 laps with the 6 minutes and 35 seconds remaining before the pits will close, and any pits after that will not count, and he will most likely be disqualified from this race. Carrantos is in the pits again. We'll see what happens with that. GT Racer and Y4 Volt pull into the pits, and GT Racer just goes right through them. So, easy way to get to your pit stop, just go right through your competitors. This is the lesson we're seeing today. Whew. Close on track, sadly. Can't get any sort of battles going. Remember, GT Racer is, he's in the pits. He's been in there for a while, actually. I do believe, Ben, a bit of a slide there through the penultimate corner, so this may be his calling to head into the pits. And, yep, he's going to pull off to the side, and Ben Gallagher is now in the pits, so we will definitely see where he's going to come out in regards to Yoran. But Yoran he's on the he's on the very long straight. So Yoran really far behind. These pit stops, they take a very long time, so we'll definitely keep an eye out. There's the number 32 dot. You can see it there, just entering the 3rd sector. So this is going to be very, very close between the two. Oh, Yoran runs a bit wide there through the double right-hander. He's getting ever so closer. This is going to be really close out of the pits. If Ben doesn't start moving, and he's just, okay, so Ben is starting to move now. So his pit stop is done. Yoran coming through the penultimate corner now. Starting to think that the timing table has worked itself off. So Ben Gallagher out of the pits. He's full throttle, and he's got just about an entire front straight worth of gap to work with. So right now, going by the timing table, there's Ben Gallagher in the lead, Yoran and RJDW in P2 and P3 respectively. The only one who hasn't taken their mandatory stop is AMG LH44, who may be looking to get a move done here on Chris Rock into the long into the corner just after the long straight. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Oh, he's around! Chris Rock spinning it through the long right-hander. And maybe just locking the rears and wrapping that car around. And I really wonder what kind of view AMGLH had of that. It just sucks that we can't change camera angles, but hopefully AMGLH is sure we can get some onboard footage of that incident. Ben Gallagher, a huge margin, 9.9 seconds. There's our first indication of the gap. 9.9 seconds. You can see Carmental is just behind on RJDW, but he is one lap down. So RJDW is in P3 still. Leon in a comfortable P4. Campbell in P5. Bruno P6. GT Racer P7. Sherbert P8. MGH P9. Gary P10. Chris Rock P11 after his spin. And he's almost saved it, but he's around again. Into the final corner, so just horrible timing to be on board with Chris Rock. Commenceless P12, so we'll move on from that. Commenceless P12, Ibo P13. A bit wide there through the third to last corner. Y4 Volt in P14 and Chica in P15. So there's your running order with 16 minutes to go. Oh boy, well, we're getting close to the end of this race. I believe in just a few minutes the PC tier for Formula 1 will be getting going with commentary by the legendary King Kodiak. So if you're looking for some F1 racing tonight as well, there you go. It'll be the PC guys, so some familiar faces from the F1, from the PS4 side, I should say. The racing there, but only a few, I think. Either way, and then tomorrow on Saturday, the 5 divisions for the PS4 divisions, or for the PS4 side of F1, I should say, will be getting going. And that will start at 1840 GMT for divisions 1, 3, and 4, and the divisions 2 and 5 will be just after that, swinging about 2010 GMT, so if you want to do the conversions, you can do that. And then on Sunday is going to be the PC side of ACC. I will be racing
Pit window is closing now.
in that division if you ever decide to watch. I don't stream it because I don't know how to on the computer. But either way, if you're looking to commentate over that, please message us on Twitter in Europe if you want to get involved in commentating over the PC side and you're still looking for one. And on Mondays, it just never ends with this series, or with this league, does it? But on Mondays, it's going to be the F2 divisions, 1 and 2 racing at the same time. We are at some track in some location, I don't know, high early practice for those races. But a drive-through for the 27 cars, we get some more action. It's Chris Rock, so some track limits coming into play, and the drive-through penalty. It's the second one we've seen, but the first 4 track extensions. So, this track proving a bit tough for some of these guys. But, yeah, we're not seeing anybody really close enough. I think RJDW and Campbell are our closest battle for points positions. But over the line with Ben Gallagher, I believe, the pit window did close. And AMGLH has not taken his mandatory stop. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that. But RJDW not closing in on Campbell down the long straight. I think It's going to get interesting these last 10 laps. We'll definitely try to see if RJGW can make a move and get P4 in this race. As Ben Gallagher, he is extending his lead. It was about 9 seconds last time I checked. And now I believe it is at 13. We'll wait for Elon across line speed. Plus 1 lap will go away, but the 27 will get his drive-through notice. He's got 2 laps to serve that penalty before he will be given the old DSQ. Most likely. I don't know how the penalty systems work in this game. I'm a clean man myself. I don't get many drive-throughs. But I've gotten disqualified once, but it was an unfair one. But we don't talk about that. We don't want to. Oh man. Either way. So RJDW is still keeping about that 8/10 gap back to Kebro Campbell. So it's mostly just going to be if RJDW can get a better run out of a certain corner, or if Campbell makes a mistake. It's really going to be the only way we're going to get a battle here. To finish this race off in these final 11.5 minutes. The gap is staying the same side. Slipstream. Oh, never mind. It's 4/10, so that slipstream is working. He knocked out half of his gap. Campbell looked like a bit of a mistake there. So RJDW now pretty close to Campbell. They are driving 2 Ferraris. So this, oh, there he goes. RJDW makes a mistake. Oh, and Campbell makes a mistake too. So double mistakes for the 2 Ferrari drivers, and they will both lose positions, I believe, to Bruno if the timing table is right. Actually, no, RJDW will stay ahead. So he did catch the car and keep going, but Campbell's going to lose position to Bruno if those timing tables are correct. So Campbell's got some work to do if he's going to want to make up those positions lost. That's a huge, I mean, for both of them to make the mistake at the same time. Wow. That's incredible. Well, Chris Rock will have to take his drive through this lap, or he will be disqualified from this race. Yeah, these gaps. Oh man, these gaps have a little loud in that battle I was hoping for between Campbell and RJDW not coming up. Makes me really sad as the car's off. Might have been either Gary in the 1 or the 79 and Bolt. So they were both in that same area, and I didn't switch over soon enough to check. But let it be known, it was one of those two. My money's on Gary. But don't tell him that. So it seems like the majority of the field's in Sector 3. Most likely a mix of lap cars and drivers fighting for actual positions. So let's hope that doesn't mess anybody up, as Ben seems to got around Volt. Ooh, Volt just goes straight on. Looked like it at least. But Chris Rock will pull into the pits and take his drive through, so he will not be disqualified from this race. As Bruno is, he seems to be getting ever so closer to RJDW, just minute by minute, or not minute by minute, but just lap by lap. He's going to run a bit wide there. So there may be a penalty the game decides to be that harsh. But Bruno is looking ever strong. And you gotta maybe think that possibly RJDW flat spotted those tires with that little half spin. I can imagine Campbell's done the same. Going through that sector split, it dropped from 8/10 to 5/10, so Bruno definitely making up some ground here in the Audi. And we'll see what the gap is now across the split. It only goes down by a 10th, so not as much as RGDW was making up on Campbell before they decided to synchronize spin. On the 24. Oh, RGW, he gets a penalty. He'll get a drive-through for exceeding track limits. So a good points finish for RGW has now been thrown out the window, as he will have to start this drive-through within 3 laps. Huge mistake for him, as he's just going to pull into the pits right away and get it done. But Bruno will take over P4. Campbell will now take over P5. We'll have to see how far down this puts RJDW in the finishing order when he does come out of the pits. Still up at the front, Ben Gallagher leading this race by 17 seconds. The gap just keeps on growing. And Leon looks to be about another 7 seconds back from Joran. It's actually almost 10 seconds. So RJDW's drive-through has been cleared. He's actually only going to lose those 2 positions to both Bruno and Campbell. So not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be after seeing everybody so close there in the 3rd sector just a few moments ago. Yeah, I don't really think anybody's close now. We're going to have a good battle, but Campbell, he's definitely going to be, okay, so Campbell is the closest person to another driver, and it's only 3.3 seconds. So welcome to the downside of GT racing, everyone. Where you get good battles, but then time penalties and ruin it all. I think we got to remove them. We should just remove time penalties in general. Just let everybody cut the track. I mean, the track's good enough. We just straight line everything. It's a really fun track if you do that. I think we should just do that next season. Write that down in your notebooks. Alright, let's see if the gap closes this time. Ooh, I think so. So Campbell's putting on a late race charge. We're going to have about 3 more laps of racing. I would imagine so. We're probably going to get to about lap 23 before the end of this race. So if anybody in the PC division is watching, now you know 23 laps is about how long we've been racing for. So adjust your fuel accordingly. You don't want anybody running out. Campbell can close the gap again. Maybe we can get some late race action here at the circuit's Paul Ricard. And it is closing by about 3 tenths. Yippee! If he keeps closing that much, it's not going to be enough to get to the end of the race, but whatever. Campbell's giving it his all. I know that for sure. Oh, AMGLH, he spun. Oh, almost collects Campbell there. And that may cause Campbell to lose a bit of time there to Bruno. So AMGLH spinning there at the third to final corner. And, almost putting Campbell, we'll see. Came across the line, yeah, it lost him about, or just a second. Just slowing down and trying not to hit AMGLH. So that has really put a damper on his late race charge. 2.5 minutes remain in this race. So Ben Gallagher, yeah, he's halfway done with this lap. So we'll have about a minute to go when he crosses the line. So this is the penultimate lap. And Ben is almost his entire straight to manage his gap, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be dropping anytime soon. As Bruno and Y4 Volt. Volt will let Bruno through. I think Campbell knows that he can't make up that 3-second gap. How much of this race is left? It's Volt there in the back going way wide.
Alright, man, the leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Alright, man. Leader's on the final lap. Alright, thanks for that. So, 22 laps have been done so far today. Kind of close here to Leon. Oh, Gary gets a drive-through. Oh, how did he get a drive-through on the last lap, Gary? Oh, he's battling. Oh, here we go. He's battling with Carmentelis for P9. Oh, we finally get a battle. Carmentelis gets through. Oh boy, I hope I haven't been missing this. Carmentelis gets past Gary. Wow. Maybe a bit of a mistake. Not too sure. But the race has ended. 0-0-0-0 reads on the clock. So Ben Gallagher, this is your final lap. We're not have to do any more. Bruno, oh yeah, Bruno, he's really close to Ben here. Or sorry, not to Ben, but to Leon. So there may be a last minute overtake into turn number 9. Leon defends to the inside, but Bruno's going to go around the outside. Oh, give us a better camera there, but Bruno gets ahead of Leon for the final podium position. Bruno, what a move around the outside of turn 9.
The leader has finished the race.
But the leader has finished the race. It is Ben Gallagher picking up the victory here in Paul Ricard, his first win of the season. And Joran will finish in P2. Leon falling to Bruno in the final lap at turn 9. And what an overtake, I have to say, to get around Leon there. So Bruno, very well done. You should be every bit as proud for that podium as you should be that overtake. That was a fantastic move. So Bruno finishes in P3, Leon finishes in P4, Campbell somewhat close behind in P5. And next across the line will be GT Racer in terms of the finishing order from 1st to 15th. So GT Racer in P6, RGDW in P7, and Sherbert's here in P8. And now Chica coming through the final sector will finish in P13, and he goes a bit wide. It's a bit of a drift. Can he save it? No. Can't save it. But as people leave, they will also leave my timing line, so I will go back on my stream and make sure I read this right at the end of this race. And once Chica finishes this race. There may be some donuts. Gary, do some donuts. No. Oh. Thought maybe. There we go! Yay! He listened. Yay, Gary! Alrighty. So, finishing order for this race will be Ben Gallagher picking up the win, then FEL Yoran in P2, Bruno in P3, Leon in P4, Campbell in P5, GT Racer in P6, RJDW in P7, Sherbert in P8, Carmentelis P9, and Gary P10 will round out the top 10. So Carmentelis, even with his mistake and the drive-through, still coming home in the top 10, picking up, I think, some decent points. I think points really extend far. I don't know about the championship, but if Ben hasn't overtaken it, it will be pretty close. And it's going to be Chris Rock in P11, Chica in P12, AMGLH in 13th, Ebo in 14th, Y4 Volt in P15, and Andrea in P16, and then Canaveria in P17. So that's going to be the finishing order, and then 19 in the 46 car. I have no idea who they are. I don't know the names. Maybe if I look at the standings, I don't have them up. Oh man, but I have to leave right away, so there'll be no post-race interview, but if you guys are interested, go back and watch back any of these guys' streams. They found somewhere, if you just look up their names on YouTube or Twitch, most likely they will be there, as they will provide probably a better view of these battles than these semi-decent broadcasting cams could ever do here on this ACC game. But either way, the PC F1 tier is getting underway very soon. I think it is underway at the moment. And obviously the PS4 side will be tomorrow. Then the PC side of ACC will be on Sundays, and then F2 will be on Mondays. So, until next week, which will be... Oh man, where's next week? Oh. Yeah. Well, that's great that it kind of just... I think the server shut down. I think we're still live. Hopefully we're still live. Oh, we are. Cool. So let me just check out where we're going to be on next week. Zandvoort! We'll be going to Zandvoort! So yeah, track that F1's going to hopefully race out this season. It is the old Zandvoort, so the banking at turns 3 and the final corner will not be there, so it's going to be a bit different than what these guys are used to on the F1 games. But either way, hopefully the F1 side of the PC tier is interesting, and as always, we will see you guys later. I've been Alt Maverick, and hopefully we can see you guys next week right back here on the League of Weird YouTube channel. Take care, everyone.